Hi, guys. Go ahead and say hi if you're here. Hi, Dylan. Hi, Foxy. How are you guys tonight? So, just real quick, I wanted to talk about going live tonight. I wanted to talk to you guys, but I didn't really want to like sit down and do something formal. And so I thought maybe just an organic kind of live stream moment would be a better fit for tonight. Originally, I was going to like film for a good chunk of the day, but that did never happen. Oh, anxiety's got me like down a trap. So I thought this might be a little better for tonight. So I'm doing pretty well, all things considered to both of you. I'm glad you guys are doing well. Sorry you're tired from work, Dylan. Yes. So hey Justy, how are you? So yeah, this is just gonna be kind of an organic thing. Feel free to ask me questions. I'm pretty much an open book. I'm willing to answer almost anything. If it gets too personal, obviously I won't answer, but you know, I'm pretty much an open book and happy to chat with you guys about whatever y'all want to talk about tonight. So let's go ahead and just kind of dive right into things. So, I wanted to chat a little bit about how I'm dealing with my anxiety. So, mostly the last couple days, it's actually been knitting of all things. A high anime manga lover. So, yeah, I started knitting a blanket on a loom and I've been really enjoying that. I've done a whole skein of yarn already. So, yeah. Well, although the coronavirus is ready to swipe left on my safe level, no, just kidding. We're okay. I'm glad you're okay. I hope everybody out there is okay and healthy. We've been lucky in our house, and there, I think there's been confirmed cases in my state. I can't remember. The schools are shut down for the next couple weeks. My husband's working from home for the foreseeable future. We don't know exactly what day he'll be back in the office, but that's kind of that. I don't want to dwell too much on that so I don't go down my anxiety loophole. So let's talk about fun things. Let's talk about what you've been watching lately and what you've been reading lately. Watching, Steve and I are now caught up with Black Clover. We've been taking our time getting caught up with that one. I actually hiding in your house for a week now. Yeah. Yeah, I've pretty much been hiding out at home. I only had one work day last week. But outside of that, I've pretty much been home. I'll go out for a minute, just a little bit each day to get some sunshine so that I don't go completely crazy in my house. But other than that, I've been pretty much hiding out at home. Yes, I'm doing pretty okay, Foxy. Like my anxiety is fairly manageable at this point, as long as I kind of nip it in the bud. Like I said, I've been channeling my anxiety into knitting. So that's actually been very therapeutic. And then I've been watching anime. So I've watched a lot of Black Clover this weekend. And I've been rewatching Ancient Magus Bride, which makes me super happy. Let's see. Dylan says, I've been reading starting with A Kiss, just finished it last night. It turned into a soap opera and it was fun. Sometimes it's really fun when the series turns into a giant soap opera and is completely like unexpected, but just a fun time. I mean, if you want a dramatic soap opera, read The Rose of Versailles because man, that thing is dramatic but so much fun. I had anxiety at first too. Yeah, for me, it's just my anxiety kind of doesn't know what to do right now. So I keep trying to channel it into other things so it doesn't sit and dwell and start getting bad. So I'm just proactively taking action with it so that I don't get into any problems with it. I just caught up with Daytime Shooting Star about 30 minutes ago. I am loving Daytime Shooting Star. Unlike my normal self, I'm not rooting for the age gap in Daytime Shooting Star. I'm rooting for the classmate. So that's something that is outside of the norm for me, but I'm really enjoying how that's going. Let's see. Oh, and reading XXX Holic, which is so good. That's a Clamp one, right? All the Clamp I've read, I've really enjoyed. So I think I need to explore more Clamp. I've watched the dub of Ghost Stories and I feel reborn now. Um, Depending on the series, I like the dub and others I like the sub. So it just depends on the series. Let's see. I am killing my TBR about to get into the Drifting Classroom. I can't do spooky at all. So I know the Drifting Classroom isn't a series that I'm going to get into, but I know everybody else I know that's read it has really enjoyed it. Oh, volume 2. Dylan says I need to read The Rose of Versailles still. It's currently at my sister's house. I need to buy bookshelves. Dylan, yes, you need to read The Rose of Versailles because we all thirst after Oscar. It's insane. It's so good. You will love it. I recently read the first volume of After the Rain and loved it. The comedy was unreal. Yes, I honestly, After the Rain is a super underrated series. I really love it. It's one of my favorites. Let's see. I kind of want the age gap for the series. In this one, I don't like the teacher as a person, so it's hard for me to root for the age gap on that one. It's not really scary, but it's dark. Okay. Yes, I can do dark to an extent. So it's one of those I would have to kind of feel it out and see. Oh my gosh, Ghost Stories is hilarious. Touch me harder, Dylan. Oh, I love it. The dub for Ghost Stories is a blessing. Oh, I love it. It sounds like a blessing, that's for sure. It's so funny sometimes when you're watching a dub and they're trying to make it like the comedy work in English, but it doesn't quite land right. It almost makes it funnier to me. I just really, I just enjoy it. We ran into a couple of those with Black Clover when they do the little Clover clips at the end. A lot of those don't translate quite right, and it's just really funny. All right, let's see here. I've watched enough anime to not even care about age gaps now. Yeah, I like a good age gap every so often. Like, I don't think age gaps are weird most of the time, but for whatever reason with this one, I'm just not on board with that. Oh no, this is one I would not recommend for you. I even had trouble with it. Okay, Justy, then I will definitely steer clear of that. Hey Shay, I've been catching up on my current reads and anime TV shows. I also took a ton of photos for my Bookstagram yesterday. Also, keeping busy is important for my anxiousness too. Yes, keeping busy has helped. Like I say, I've channeled a lot of that into the knitting. Like I've got a good chunk of this blanket done, and I just started Friday night, so that makes me really happy. I'm gonna have to get some more yarn, so I'm either gonna have to venture out to Michael's and hope they're open. A way to order it online for a decent price because I'm on my last skein for this particular blanket. So at the rate I'm going through it, I'm going to need more in the next day or two. But I'm hoping to be more productive tomorrow. So let's see. Have you read the new Eden Zero Volume 5? I enjoy it. Actually, Volume 6 is out. I have read up through Volume 5 and I own Volume 6. I just haven't had a minute to read it yet. I'm hoping to get it read tomorrow or the next day. But yes, I'm still enjoying Eden Zero so far. With Ghost Stories, the creators of the show came to ADV and were like, this show bombed. You can do whatever you want for the dub. They turned it into the anime version of South Park. Oh gosh, really? I may have to look into that. Oh, 6, my bad. Yeah, I haven't read 6 yet, but I've read up through 5. And I'm enjoying it so far. So yes, good things. Let's see what's coming on my channel this week. I think I'm gonna go ahead and film my manga collection. I was gonna wait till I hit 2K, but I really just want to at least do the manga collection. I won't do a full library tour again until I hit 2K. That just feels appropriate at that time. So, let's see. Foxy says I'm trying to get caught up with my TBR this month since I'm ordering Night of the Ice and a few others at the end of this month. Very nice. Night of the Ice is so good. Like, guys, it's a new favorite. I love it so much. It is so pure. Oh my goodness. I can't even. Let's see. And then I've got a Kindle tour coming. I'm going to do a wrap up of everything I've read so far in February tomorrow. My manga collection tour is coming tomorrow. Hopefully, been a year and 3 months since I made one. Hey, Nutmeg, how are you? Yeah, I haven't done one since it was about a year ago. I think it was last March when I hit 1,000. So I was hoping to do it when I hit 2K, just because that felt fortuitous or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like filming it, and that's a rare thing to feel when it comes to filming a manga collection. So I'm really excited. You may not like some of the jokes; they make fun of everyone. One of the characters becomes a born again Christian, but it's hilarious. Oh, I think I would find it funny, Dylan. I think I'd be okay. I'm a figure skater as well, so I've been trying to find figure skating manga. Yeah, the only one I know of is Night of the Ice. I don't know if there's another figure skating manga. Because technically I don't think Yuri on Ice is a manga. I think it's only an anime. I'm still shocked that you said that Princess Freya is possibly better than Yona of the Dawn. Yeah, it might take its place because there are aspects to Prince Freya that Yona doesn't have that I find very intriguing. So I'm really interested in where Prince Freya is going to go. This is why I say it might, because I need to get a couple more volumes before I can for sure say that it's taking Yona's place. Because I knew really fast, like by the third volume, that I was fully invested in Yona and it was going to be a new favorite. I'm pretty sure Prince Freya is going to be a new favorite, but I'm not sure if it's going to be my number one or not. Because it's a really good mix of Yona and Requiem of the Rose King, which are like my top two manga right now. So if you take the parts that I love of each and put them in one, yeah, it's definitely going to take my number one spot. Let's see. The original Japanese version is like Japanese Scooby Doo, but awful. Oh no! There's something funny in ghost stories for everyone. That's good. Still waiting for my sweat and soap. Right Stuff is taking too long. I understand that. I have a Right Stuff order that I've been waiting on for a while for a video. I'm hoping that shows up in the next couple days because then that will be a fun video to talk about with you guys. Let's see. I'm so excited to read Freya and Fire in His Fingertips. I need that spicy man in my hands right this second. Douse me with your hose, fireman. Doing the way you word things, like you're just one of my favorite humans. I certainly hope you know that. Like you just are. Let's see. Fire in His Fingertips. I really enjoy it. It just has that trope of the girl saying no when she doesn't really mean no. And it's very apparent that she doesn't mean no. She's not trying to push him away or anything. Like it's just weird. I don't love that trope. But outside of that, I really enjoy like the story in the like that's happening. I think it's really sweet and I really enjoy that. So to each their own. Some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate on it. So that's why I just tell people exactly how it is. Oh, yay for Dylan's love. Okay. There's a light novel anime called Ginban Kaleidoscope that has a figure skater along with a ghost, but that's the only one I know of. And yes, Jay, I'm very curious about Prince Freya now. Yeah, that's really interesting. I'll have to look into that one. I still want a manga adaptation of Yuri on Ice. Can go right next to again. Sorry, Justy, I gave up on again. I'm selling the volumes I have. If only it wasn't a hentai. Actually, like it wasn't that bad for me, at least with Fire in His Fingertips it wasn't. So maybe I'm just a perv. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is I sure had a fun time reading it. That's okay. It's not my number one anymore. Yeah, it just fell off in a weird way for me. Like I the ending was iffy. Oh, is it completely over now? I didn't even know. That's one I haven't kept up on. I think I only owned through volume 6 or 7 was all, and I never kept going just because I had no desire. I'm definitely a perv, and that's okay. Give me all the hot, sweaty men right now. I love it. I mean, I read smut all the time, so I have no room to talk to anybody about that. Yeah, after that first arc, it dipped for me, to be honest. Yeah, I would agree. So yes, what questions do you guys have for me tonight? We have just been talking and asking you guys questions, but feel free to ask whatever. Um, the theater arc was weak. I enjoy theater, so I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get that far. I didn't try. So, yes, I'm wearing my Cedric Diggory Hufflepuff shirt. Anything on the radar for fall? Wow, that's really far out. I usually don't know more than a couple of months, but I do know like later this year, the next book in the Stormlight Archive from Brandon Sanderson's coming out, so I'm definitely excited for that. Manga wise for fall, God, I don't even know. I'm just excited about the ones that I'm getting in June, like Primitive Boyfriend, like, or is Primitive Boyfriend next month? I don't remember. I think it's next month. I keep forgetting, but what's your cat's name? Which cat? I have two. So I have a black tuxedo cat, and his name is Kaladin. And then my brown tabby is Lightsong. Any recommendations for romance anime? When it comes to romance anime, I've really only watched like the modern classics, things like Fruits Basket, not just the new one, but the original one as well. And Maid Sama and Oran High School Host Club. Golden Time's a great one if you haven't watched that one yet. Let's see. And I think of other romance animes I really like. Oh, My Love Story. That's one of the most adorable ones I've ever seen. Have you read the Twilight books? Just kidding. Well, yeah, I've read them. Um, nice AVPM references. Yes. Golden Time. It just got a dub too. Oh, that's great. I might have to rewatch it then. Did you like the new Fruits Basket? Yes, I adore the new Fruits Basket because the mangaka is directly involved, and so she is actually fleshing out the story further than what she did in the manga. So all of the additions are from her and they're canon, and that makes my heart very happy. Elias from the Ancient Maid's Bride is the best. Yes, he is. I absolutely love him, and it's fun spending time with him again. Oh, sorry, just curious. Of course. My friend plays Coco in the dub. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that for sure. I'm so excited for season 2 of Fruits Basket. Yes, so am I. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't even tell you how excited. It's gonna be great. Um, have you tried that quintuplets manga? No. I don't really have a desire to read quintessential quintuplets. It feels too harem-y to me. And maybe that's, hypocritical of me. I don't really enjoy harems when women are involved, but reverse harems with guys, I'm okay. I don't know. I don't know why that is. I don't know. I just there's something about harem animes that just make me feel icky. Usually the girls don't have nearly enough clothes on. Or if you're watching a reverse harem, I mean, occasionally you'll get a guy without his shirt, but most of the time they're still dressed and dressed appropriately. Like, I don't get it. I just don't. It's just not my thing. Oh, anyway, let's see. Hey, Melissa, how are you doing? I mean, we're fully under lockdown in this state. How are you doing? Because of the men. BB chunky fuzzy men, yes, queen. Oh, Dylan, I love you so much. I'm trying to get into other genres of manga besides shoujo manga, but I don't know where to start. Okay, some great places to start if you like shoujo. Try Angelic Layer. That's a shonen out from Clamp. It's a tournament arc. It's only 5 volumes long or 2 omnibuses. Another great one to try is Sweetness and Lightning. That one's a seinen that I really enjoy. Very slice of lifey. Dad taking care of his daughter because his wife has passed away. So yes, those would be a couple ones to start with and try, and then go from there. Um, I don't know why, but I hate harems when main character doesn't even fall in love with anyone. I understand that completely. I'm alive. Yes, we are in lockdown. I'm loving life as an introvert. Yeah, I kind of am too. But at the same time, like, I have to kind of get out of the house every day and get some sunshine or I go a little crazy. Does the new First Basket cover all the characters? I own the first set and it upset me that it only covered up to Kyo's story. So we've only had season 1 of the new reboot. We're getting season 2 starting just in a couple weeks, but they're going to cover the entirety of the manga. So you're going to get the entire story. I'm not sure if it's going to be 2 or 3 seasons in total, but I believe it's going to be 60 episodes long. So it might just be a really long second season and they do it all, or they might split it up. I'm not 100% sure. But you will get the full Fruits Basket in the new story. I've been getting into streaming on Instagram today. It's fun, just hate the vertical camera. A lot of people do, and that's just kind of an adjustment for Instagram as opposed to like YouTube. Or you can start doing IGTVs. You can film those vertical and it crops it into the square. So you can just set it further back, make sure you're centered, and you should be good to go. You're welcome, Foxy. Sweetness and Lightning was beautiful. Yes, I completely agree. It's one of my all time favorites. The stream was a big surprise. Yeah, it was just kind of last minute. I was originally going to sit down and like formally film, but I really didn't feel up to it. I just wanted to talk to you guys. So I don't know. I wonder if Fruits Basket will have a short second season like Attack on Titan. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. But from what I understand, it will be 60 episodes long in total. And right now we've got 25 episodes. So they might just do like a short 12 episode season and then do a third season and finish it. I'm not 100% sure. Or they could just do a really long second season and only have it be 2 seasons and call it there. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, thank you. I will try that. You are welcome, Justine. Completely welcome. Let's see. So, yes, what other questions do you guys have? I'm happy to answer or give recommendations or anything and the like. Well, I guess one that's coming out near fall. Justy had asked about fall. Fall titles. Act Age is one that I'm interested in, at least trying the first volume. But other than that, I can't think of any other ones that are that far out. I wondered, besides A Man and His Cat and Soul Eater, what else Square Enix manga will publish? You can just go to their website, Square Enix Publishing, and you can see everything that they have published and will publish. So that's usually how I find all my releases on my radar. I just go to the publishers' websites and get the dates and the titles that I'm interested in from them. Why did YouTube give us notification about the psychological reasons for gay shipping? What? And the titles that I'm interested in from them. Why did YouTube give us notification about the psychological reasons for gay shipping? What? Maison Eco. Oh, that one's coming out soon, right? Is that next month or is that later, like more summertime, Dylan, on Maison Ikoku? There's this really sleepy light song up there. I really want to pet him, but he's too far away. Let's see. Shay, do you listen to Vocaloid music? Not that I know of. I've never heard of Vocaloid music for right now. When did you get into anime and manga? Did you read or what did you read or watch that hooked you into anime and manga world? Okay, so the first thing I watched was, technically, the first thing I watched was Pokemon. My younger brother was really into it. I was a little old for it at the time, so I didn't really get into it then. So that was technically my first exposure. But then when I met Steve, that was 6 years ago, he introduced me to Ghibli first, and then we watched Sword Art Online first, right, hun? Yeah, it was Sword Art Online first. So I watched that one first, and yes, I started to go down the rabbit hole from there. It is a great gateway. It's not the best anime out there, but the first arc of that was really enjoyable. I also enjoyed the GGO arc. And there's certain arcs, like the whole second season, really, I quite liked. The short little Caliber arc I felt was unnecessary, but it was kind of fun to just see them doing a dungeon raid. But yeah, and then the first manga I ever read was Fairy Tale. And then the first manga series I completed was Let's Dance a Waltz. It's right here, actually. So this was the first series I technically completed. This is just a cute little shoujo manga. Oh, bye, Justy. Um, just a cute little ballroom dancing shoujo, and I absolutely love it. It is so cute, and the art in it is just so pretty. Where's a good? Here we go. I mean, the dancing panels are just so flowery and so cute. Like, it's just a really cute series. I think other people should be reading and talking about it just because I think it's really, really fun. But yeah, then from there, things just kind of spiraled. I found Fruits Basket and all of those good things. Like, so that's kind of where it all started for me. Okay, Maison comes out in June. Do you know the anime character Hatsume Miku? She's a Vocaloid. No, I don't. My first anime was Inuyasha. Inuyasha was pretty early on for me as well. Maison Ikoko is the same. Oh, it's the same creator as Inuyasha? Oh, how fun. I'll have to check that one out then. Hey, Ben, how are you? Yeah, this was just totally random. I know not everybody's going to be able to stay and hang out. I just appreciate everybody popping in and being themselves, and it's great. So yes, let's see what else was going on here. What was I saying? Yes. Uh, I have noticed for myself, at least, when it comes to shonen, I actually prefer to watch it. I find it more enjoyable with the musical background and stuff to it, as opposed to just reading it, even though there are shonens that I absolutely love. So, let's see. I started getting into anime when I was into Nightcore a lot, and a lot of pictures were anime, but the first manga I read was The Ancient Magus Bride. Oh, my heart. I love Ancient Magus Bride so much. My first anime was Dragon Ball Z. My first manga was Samurai Deep Kyo. I fell out of the scene for a while, and then Girl from the Other Side and She Sweet Home got me back into the world. I love Girl from the Other Side. I am so excited for the new volume that's going to be out on Tuesday. I'm so ready. Everybody's saying hi to Ben. How did you feel Let's Dance Alt handle the main character's weight loss? I've been hesitant to read it because of the weight loss and getting a guy thing. Um, in Let's Dance a Waltz, it's not, she wasn't ever really chubby to me. Like she was just kind of mousy and then made up. It's more of a, um, what's it called? She's all that kind of situation rather than a weight loss situation. From what I remember, I don't remember her. They never depict her as chubby. They just depict her as kind of mousy. Let's see, where'd that go? Yeah, they just depict her as mousy. I don't think they really depict her as chubby. So, um, yeah, I did never feel like that was the plot point for me personally. So, do, 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 do. I love Samurai Deep Kyo, Melissa. I'm rereading it right now. My first anime was Sailor Moon. My first manga, I believe, was Child's Toy. Yeah, I've read Sailor Moon. I've never watched it, but I have a whole reaction vlog to Sailor Moon. So you guys know how I feel about Sailor Moon. Yeah, Kiss Him Not Me is the one where she's really chubby and then loses a ton of weight. And I have mixed feelings about all of that. But that's a discussion for another day because I could go on for an hour on that myself. Let's see. I'm extremely excited for Living Room Matsunaga-san Volume 2 to come out. Yes, that's out this month. I'm so excited. I'm collecting it physically now. I've bought it digitally up to, I think, Volume 6, maybe 7 is all. I don't remember. There's a digital volume that I think came out last month as well. They're still continuing to release it digitally, so if you want to stay ahead, you can. But I'm just waiting for the physical ones at this point because I just really love the series. Let's see. My first anime was Cardcaptor Sakura. My first manga was Fushigi Yugi, still an Ultimate Fate. I've never read Fushigi Yugi. I might butcher names, guys. I'm sorry. My pronunciation isn't perfect, and I'm gonna own that right now. But yes, I'm reading Cardcaptor Sakura. I've never read it or watched it, so I'm just reading them as the collector's editions right here come out. There. these. So yes, well, Kiss Him Not Me. I'm not sure if it'll get a second season. I haven't heard. And I think it's finished now. It was a 14 volume series, if I remember correctly. My first anime was Tokyo Mew Mew, and my first manga was Story of Sayun Koko, a Japanese fantasy similar to Yona, but has female trying to become a court official, if that interests you. Say that sounds amazing, Christina. I might have to look into that. Hey, Kiki Dreams. Oh, yes, sweetie. If it's 2:30, go to bed, hun. It's only like 8:45 where I live. So like if it's like when you should be in bed, please go to bed. Don't feel like you have to stay up just because I'm streaming. You can watch it in the morning. I'm gonna leave it up. I promise. Since we're talking about first, my first anime was Bleach and Wolf's Rain. My first manga I read was Kakashi and Vampire Knight. I don't really like reading manga digitally. I completely understand that, Foxy. There's a lot of people who don't read digitally. I go back and forth. It just depends on the series. Some I really want that physical copy, and others it's like I like it, but I don't care enough to buy it physically. And digitally is usually cheaper. I usually read on my phone rather than my actual Kindle lately. So maybe that'll make a difference because you're used to looking at your phone. And you can always like change the brightness or change the background so it's easier to read and things like that. Like there's things you can do if you really want to read it digitally. So let's see, magical girl animes nowadays are dark as hell. Yes, I completely agree. I have read Kiss Him Not Me, and I will say that the ending of the manga was way better than the ending of the anime. Oh, that's good to know, anime manga lover. I appreciate that. Thank you. So glad. Night and have a great stream, guys. And stay safe, everyone. Yes, Kiki, go to bed, sweetie. We love you. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, all those good things. But yes. So if there's something you see behind me, because I am in front of my manga shelves that you want me to talk about, feel free to ask. I'm happy to talk about anything behind me because they're great. And I've read them all. Everything I've read is behind me. If my unread stuff I keep in my bedroom. How do you guys keep like do you keep your read and unreads together or do you separate them? I have to separate them or I just forget that I haven't read them yet and they get lost in the shelf. And I don't want that to happen to my manga babies. So I keep them separate. Because that's just how I work. That's how I handle my books too. Plus, I got a decent amount of shelves, but they're still pretty full. So yeah, that's a whole thing too. Oh goodness, guys. Would you recommend Wake Up Sleeping Beauty? I think I heard you talk about it a long time ago. Yes. Very much yes. I highly recommend people read Wake Up Sleeping Beauty. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit since you're asking. Mine was all combined because I don't like to separate series. They belong with their siblings. I completely understand that, Melissa. So I quickly read them and then add them to their siblings. That's what I do. So Wake Up Sleeping Beauty. Wake Up Sleeping Beauty is about a young boy named Tetsu. And Tetsu just wants to work. He doesn't really want to like go to college. He just wants to be a working guy, and that's fine. So he keeps taking like side jobs, and it's spring break. And he's working for his dad's cleaning business, and he's cleaning this mansion. And they're told to not go to this specific annex of the house. And as he's walking by, he sees this beautiful girl in the window, and he ends up having to go past there and he sees her like fall down. And so he goes to check on her, make sure she's okay. And her name is Shizu, and Shizu has some paranormal related things related to her. And so everything goes from there. It is absolutely adorable, and I highly recommend this series. It's only 6 volumes. It's super sweet. It's super cute. This is my favorites shelf, by the way. This one right here. All of my completed favorites are on this shelf. So yes, definitely read this one. Have you read Orange? I've heard mixed things about it. Yes, I've read Orange, and I really enjoyed it, but I understand why people don't like it. I have to separate my TBR at home. I have a TBR crate of unread physical books and manga. I kind of do the same thing. I have a TBR shelf. I have to separate them. I like to be organized and to know what I've read and not. I'm the same. Also, I keep my manga all together. There's a lot of people who do keep it all together. I read the first volume of Wake Up Sleeping Beauty, and it was really good. Yeah, the art is just great. I mean, there's kind of your opening color panel. I mean, it's just beautiful. Let's see. I have a tote where I keep the books I'm currently reading, and then I have the rest of my shelves. Also, Dylan, I might have been thinking of Kiss Him, Not Me and confuse the two for some weird reason. I hide all my hentai under the bed. I keep all my hentai digital. Then I don't have to hide it. Oh, except my BL. I keep all those together. Makes sense. Clean this house, but stands out of this corner. Sounds super sketch. Yeah. It's actually not sketchy. They do it to protect her, and there's a reason for that. Like, it's all explained. I promise it's healthy. It's okay. I just got all the volumes of Demon Love Spell. What's your favorite thing about that series? Let's see. Chibi Kagura. Everything related to Chibi Kagura makes me laugh so hard. I love Demon Love Spell. It's such a fun one. And an older one, so it's fun to talk about that one. Ooh. Have you finished The Water Dragon's Bride? Yes, I have. I absolutely adored it. I really enjoyed how it ended and everything. And I keep my TBR and read apart as well. Altogether, I have 278 volumes in my collection, read and unread. That's fantastic, Foxy. But yes, highly recommend reading The Water Dragon's Bride. I have read it to completion. It is on the favorites shelf. It's just up at the top, so you can't see it. The art style is so cute. So cute. Yes, I completely agree. The art style is amazing in both Demon Love Spell and Wake Up Sleeping Beauty. So yeah, these mostly are favorites that are still ongoing with the exception of Demon Love Spell. There just wasn't room for it on the favorites shelf. So I put it with the other favorites. If you're wondering as to some of this organization that I've got going on. Let's see. I'm going to read Demon Love Spell soon. Yes, Foxy, I recommend you do. It's a fun one. How long did it take you to get used to the way manga is read? I haven't read manga in a while, and I feel that I may not be able to grasp it anymore. Honestly, it only took me maybe the first 10 pages of a volume to get used to it. Like, once I got into the story, like, it didn't matter. It all flowed correctly for me. So I've never not understood what was going on as I've read it. So I think it's kind of like riding a bike where you can just kind of jump right back into it and you'll be just fine. What was a series that you didn't think you would like but blew away your expectations? Ha! A Bride Story. The only thing I knew about this is that it had an age gap and it was a historical story. And I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but G over at Simply G finally talked me into this, and it is one of the most stunning manga I have ever read. These are my precious children. I love them so much. This is the opening page. Like, guys, this art, it's so detailed. It's so beautiful. I just can't even. So good. So good, guys. Let's see. So yeah, that would be my pick for that particular one. What's another one? Read left to right, top to bottom. Hope I can help. Yeah, left to right, top to bottom. That's the way to do it. Another one that I unexpectedly fell madly in love with was Dengeki Daisy. Again, it's another age gap. It's a thing with me, guys. You know this. But I just ended up falling in love with the characters and the writing in this so fast. It just blew me away. I have to go, but it was so lovely to see you, Shay. Stay safe, everyone. Keep up the shenanigans. Thanks for stopping in, Melissa. Sleep well, get rest. Everybody stay healthy, stay hydrated, do all the good things. I'm only missing volume 5 of Demon Love Spell since I picked up the rest secondhand. I'll order it when I do my orders this month. Sounds like a good plan, Foxy. For me, it was If I Could Reach You. I've heard a lot of really good things about that one. A lot of people have really liked that one. I just have not gotten to that one yet. I love Dengeki Daisy so much. Great characters and excellent plot. Yes, I completely agree. It is so good. Like there's so much going on in it that it's just like crazy. Um, what is a series that you need a physical release of that you have digitally? Oh, let's see. I think My Pink is Overflowing. I really need that one in a physical one. Oh, I love that one. Let's see. What's another one? I've got quite a few that are digital only right now. The main one I used to say was Perfect World, but we are getting a physical release for that one. That volume comes out in April. I'm so excited, guys. Let's see what else. I would love to see Red River easily accessible physically. I'm reading that one digitally just because I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars for volumes of manga. It's just who I am. I'm not going to do it. Let's see what else. Another big one people really want to see in print is Chihaya Furu, but that one's so long I don't know if they'll ever do it. Let's see. I'm trying to think, guys. Like I've got so many. You guys will get that tour soon. I'm gonna do a comicsology tour and then a Kindle tour with just my books. So yeah. So there will be a comicsology one that has like comics and manga, and then a Kindle tour with just the books. So I'm gonna split that up into 2 videos for you guys. So make it easy for everybody. Trying to think. Guess I better pull up my comicsology, shouldn't I? Do, 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 do. Let's Kiss in Secret tomorrow. I would love a physical release for that one because it is absolutely adorable. Yeah, I think that would be the other one I choose right now. Will you be joining the Nausicaa read along next month? Yes, I will, and I'm very excited about that. Your current longest series. I think my current longest is Full Metal Alchemist at 27 volumes. Yona's swiftly catching up to that, but most of the series I read are fairly short or still ongoing, so I don't know how many volumes they're going to be. But yeah, right now my longest one that I own, I didn't mean to drop my phone, is Full Metal Alchemist at 27 volumes. I'm kind of into high school romance right now. I separate my manga from modern to medieval. It's a weird setup, I know. That's not weird at all. Like I completely understand that. Like separating like your high school stuff as opposed to like your fantastical stuff. Like I completely get that. I do mine mostly in alphabetical order by title, so it's easy for me to find when I'm looking for it. With the exception of my favorites shelf here, I just put them however it looked aesthetically pleasing to me at the moment, which I might fiddle with and play with again. We'll see. But yeah, everybody's collection is so completely their own. Because Agent Magus Bride is kind of another favorite, but there wasn't room for it on this shelf. I started with my A's here, and then I went up to the next shelf, and I think I got through E before I jump back down here to F and go alphabetical again. So it's kind of a weird setup for me as well. One Piece is ridiculously long. Yes, I completely agree that One Piece is ridiculously long. I have watched One Piece rather than read One Piece at this point. I don't tend to collect super long series for the most part. That's just a choice space wise for my collection that I've made. Um, Most of those I would just like read digitally on like the Shonen Jump app if I wanted to read them. But yeah. But yeah, my current longest one is Full Metal because I love Full Metal a lot, a whole heckin' ton. I even have me an Alphonse Funko because I love it so much. And Alphonse is best boy in Full Metal Alchemist. Another way I organize my manga is by size. Yeah. So I have all my standard sizes on this shelf and then my taller sizes on this shelf. And this one's kind of a favorites as well because that's not really alphabetical either. Yes. I kind of do it like by size, by ongoing, like ongoing, split by size, and then my favorites are I kind of have them divided by size on the shelf that they're on, just however they fit nicely. Yes, Alphonse, he's so cute. This was actually a gift from Callum over at On the Shelf. Definitely go give him a follow and a like if you haven't. He's a great creator. Alphonse is my best boy too for me, and Winry is best girl. Well, yeah, of course Winry is best girl. There's not really another girl even as a candidate for best girl. I hate the size difference between some of the volumes though. It messes up the way I organize. I completely understand that. You just have to figure out whatever organization system works for you. I mean, most of my tall ones are together, and then most of my standard, like Viz size, are together. I read a lot of Viz and Shoujo Beat titles, so that's kind of the standard size for most of those. And yeah. How do you feel about the new BTS album? I absolutely love it. I really I listen to it constantly. It's one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite BTS album to date. And that's saying a lot. You just get all the notes from like their older stuff with the rap line especially, and it's just so good. It's really good. I really love it. Yes, I've thoroughly enjoyed the new album and continue to listen to it very often. How do you feel about Richard the dad and Richard's the son relationship in the first volume of Requiem of the Rose King? I read volume 1 and would like your thoughts. Okay, so the relationship between Richard and Richard's father is a different one. It's an interesting one, and it makes sense to me, but at the same time, it's really hard to grasp the level of Richard's love for Richard's father. Um, it's one of those things where thankfully it's not, they don't dwell on it. It does play a small part through the rest of the series, but not a major part. It's just kind of that initial impact and stuff in the beginning. So I would say keep going, give it at least 3 volumes before you decide if you're going to like stick with it or drop it. Because I feel like, especially with Requiem of the Rose King, it's one of those that gets better with each volume. So if you don't like it by volume 3, I'd drop it. Did you ever try reading those Shoujo Beat magazines where all the black ink is pink instead? It was kind of hard for me to read. The pink was harsh on the eyes. No, I've never tried to read any of it in the magazines. I only came into manga about 4 years ago, so I completely agree, even though I only read the first volume. So yeah, anime manga lover, I recommend going on the next 2 volumes, and yes, I'm excited for you to keep going with it because anybody that I can talk to about Requiem of the Rose King, I'm all in because it's so good. It's such a good series. It's so underrated in the community. Like I know a lot more people are starting to pick it up finally because between me and several other creators, we're all bashing everybody over the head. Read it. But it's so good. It's one of my favorites for sure. Let's see. Thoughts on Shoujo B app similar to Shonen Jump? I'd love to see it. I still don't think they're ever gonna do it. The Viz Media app does give you access to some of the Shoujo Beat titles. Last I looked, at least. Um, but yeah, it's not the same. It's not gonna have the same library as the Shonen Jump one because people are still gonna buy those. When it comes to the Shoujo ones, people aren't always gonna buy it. So what is the one manga that you think everyone needs to read? Oh gosh, that's such a hard question because I feel like my answer constantly changes. Because right now it's Requiem of the Rose King, but I have a feeling in the next couple months that's going to be Prince Freya. Like it's kind of this ever changing and evolving thing for me. I like Requiem of the Rose King because it's very political and it's not your typical shojo, so that's why I think everybody should try it. Another one that I think everybody should read is a bride's story because of the historical aspect to it and the beautiful, beautiful art. Um, Kaoru Mori is a brilliant artist, and everybody should give her a chance. Have you read The Demon Prince of a Mochi House? I'm only 4 volumes in. What do you think? For me, I am current with The Demon Prince of a Mochi House. For me, it took till like volume 5 or 6 before I really felt invested in the characters. And the story was pretty good up to that point. So that's why I kept picking it up. But after like volume 5 or 6, something pretty substantial happens where you actually start to care for your characters. And that's what's kept me through. There's only one more volume that's going to release. Volume 16 is the last one. And we're published up through volume 15 right now on Demon Prince of Momochi House. So I read that earlier this month, and I really enjoyed volume 15. I'm really interested how the mangaka is going to choose to end it, because it can go one of 2 ways, and I have no idea which way it'll go. So, like I say, I'm invested in it at this point, and I really enjoy it. I know a lot of people dropped it because they felt like they couldn't get into the story. But yeah, like I say, I enjoy it. So it's a little after 9 here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end things here for tonight. Have you read The Gods Lie? It's a 1 volume series, and I think you would enjoy it. I have not yet, but you are not the first person who has told me that. Maybe you've told me this before. But yes, I really think that I will give that one a try relatively soon. But yes, no spoilers, Foxy. I promise. No spoilers. No spoilers. So yes, guys, I think I'm gonna end things here for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me on the stream. It was so fun to just sit and chat with you guys. I really appreciate you all jumping on here. And if you missed part of the stream, I am gonna leave this up so you can go back and watch it later. And yes, again, thank you guys. I love you all so much. Have a good night. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated, keep your hands washed, and I will see you later.